Hey guys, welcome back to the Confirming RM YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day getting ourselves back into another 2-minute technicals video looking at XRP. And interestingly enough, I'm sure that everyone has seen here that we moved up a little bit today following our little push down there to around that 67 region, up about technically to this point 4.5%, got up as much as 5.5%. So we still have this on our radar. Nothing for me has changed in regards to a possible retracement. Stuff has to play out. In my regard, we're still in this movement. Nothing has changed. We're residing inside this triangle. And it was able to bounce off the lower side of here. I drew this yesterday when we were talking about if we were able to hold the bottom side of here, we could see some appreciation up to the 200-day moving average. That's what we did here on the 1 hour. But if you go here to 4 hours, where I'm going to be more intrigued about somehow, getting itself right back up above there, holding itself at that 66, and then was able to catch itself above the 100-day moving average again. It's definitely adhering and trying to stay in this pattern. Obviously, we're coming out of a fall. They're doing some sort of pennant here, and most likely those pennants do end in retracements. But to 60-40, you got to remember that at the end of the day, you have to look for what really signifies that movement. At least here on the 4 hour, starting to see some relief here on the MACD. Some good emergence coming out of here, but judging in the past of seeing something like this, like we had one over here, 2 days, and then immediate reversal. Over here, you had a couple 4 days, and then fall back down. You see, you had some severe red, a couple of green candles, and red candles, green candles. So what I'm going to see here in this regard is I'm going to monitor this MACD. And I'm going to be looking at this RSI. You see we're coming back up here to 0.5 again. And at the same time, in that regard, kind of moving back here in the green on the MACD, or turning bullish on a short term here on the 4 hour on a MACD. So it looks like since we didn't continue to the downside, that what was kind of expected, a little bit more retracement down to 65. But, we all want to get greedy, I guess, because it was sitting down here at 65. We got it at 66. It doesn't necessarily rule out the fact that we could still go down there eventually. Because this could just be a relief rally before another push downwards, before we get our final push, which wouldn't be too terrible, right? That would make most sense to me. You do your double tap, something like this, kind of come back up to try to retest and then fall down. That's what I was hoping originally, but now it looks like that could be something on the radar. But so far, what we can wind up doing is just going like this, move this triangle down to the bottom, lower this floor down a little bit, but we're still in the same sort of movement. We're still in this. Nothing has changed, like I said, in that thought process, because you're going to wind up getting this move either down here, like I said, to that 59 to 62 mark, or we're just to get a retrace out there to around 76. And before getting that sort of that move, you could get that explosive move, the rejection, and then come back down again, and then you're going to really consolidate into a region. And you would see that you'd do something like this. You do that kind of move like that. It would come out to the late September, and out of a explosive move like that on XRP, out of a candle upwards, something kind of condensing, you'd get that large move. You get that explosive movement to the upside there. It would be right about here. You could see, but depending on where it did it, it'd bring it could happen, end of August, and send it up there to the 702, around 86 cents again. Obviously, if you want to go a little bit crazy, you could use the actual very, very tippity top, and you could do something like this, and you would see that it's just more so the end of August still. But you can see my conviction still. It's not that I'm bearish on it at all. Absolutely not. We're just been hovering on a critical support around that 66. You see that XRP didn't want to give up. We're just in between the 100-day and we were able to get through the 20-day, hovering between the 50. It's condensing. It's getting very, very close, and you can see this basically within this week into next week. So basically, over the next 8 to 12 days, we're going to see this really, really condense, and we're going to have to see a push to one side or the other. Obviously, you can see we can get some relief rallies. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to be looking to see 71.7. If we can get a break through 71.7, I'm going myself long up to around 76 and 76, 77 in this region. I want to get greedy with the 80, but I would feel like you'd have a pretty substantial pullback at that point. But the ceiling here is that 72, 71.7, and then judge it from there, because you see we have a ceiling here technically around that 74, and then it'd be at 76 and then 77. But don't let things fool you. Obviously, things can be great in long term, and then short term you have to understand those price swings, because look at the DJI. We come out here, look at this, the DJI on the daily here, we're so close. Like this is the best. This is the best weekly candle the DJI has ever had. It's literally only 3% away. Usually the Dow Jones is what really sets us forward here in the crypto market for evaluating what crypto will be doing in the next 6 to 8 months. Typically, crypto is a laggard in comparison to the DJI. So this is something to take note of. This is what I'm taking note of myself, because of the fact that this is pushing into close to all-time highs very, very closely. Money is more being consolidated into that at the moment. Give it a little time, and then ta-da, looking to see what happens, the repercussions of, it getting through that 36,800 or 36,000. About 800, I would say. What is this actually? Let's see. It is 36,952. So that's the high. We're very close to that. But it's just something to make note of, guys. It really is. They both don't typically run in tandem. One moves a lot faster, and then the other one in correspondence. So definitely just giving you that notion and that knowledge. But if we come here to the weekly, sorry, this is the weekly, right? It's not bad in the weekly, though. It makes sense what happened. You got that push upwards. If you were to do your weekly push out target, you would see it's from here to here. We were hovering at exactly that 70 region, so it makes sense where XRP is. I can't complain. It's moving into that flag formation here on the weekly, and if you were to zoom out like this and you were to do some sort of movement, you would see that it's going to get back up to that 80 to 90 cent mark with fairly soon. It's just what's the short term action going to wind up being for it. So if you want to trade it back and forth, it's are you long term? Are you daily? Are you hourly? Are you bi-weekly? It's just how you're depending on trading. But I'm just giving you guys both the playbooks there. Hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Appreciate every single one of you. Remember, none of this financial advice, just my personal opinion and what my thoughts are on what's going on with XRP. You guys know it's how it is, and I'll see you guys on the next one.